Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Ruger. Just want to make a simple video about why it's important to be medically prepared. And by that I'm talking about having a plan, being medically trained, and having some medical supplies. So, as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, we do a lot of things, myself and my wife, we do a lot of things ourselves. So here's the Pulaski that I take to Camp Desert Dogs when we work on the camping property, just right before the rainy season here on our house. I went up on the roof, kind of touched up the roof, make sure there's no leaks right before the rain season started. And then I do have for demo a saw, reciprocating saw, DeWalt, and that increases the likelihood of cutting myself, electrocuting myself, right? Safety first, but for us DIYers, you're kind of doing these things yourself, and unfortunately, sometimes you're learning as you go. So here's the Pulaski, here's all the tools. Of course, I work on my car myself. I work on my motorcycle myself. I do some basic maintenance on that. We do maintenance on the house as well. And with all that comes medical preparedness. So this is beneficial for DIYers, for people if you're looking to get into hip camp, buying that piece of camping property, renting it out, modifying it, upgrading it, fixing the land, and doing it yourself, you're increasing the likelihood of getting injured or someone else getting injured. So like I mentioned, having a plan. Here in my current house, I call 911. I'm hoping the fire department's here within 5 minutes. At the camping property, maybe we're looking at half an hour to 45 minutes, and that's if they go to the right spot. It doesn't have a physical address. I really don't have neighbors. Maybe they're 2 miles down the road. So start looking at that. If I call 911, who's coming? How long are they going to take? You're looking at what urgent cares, what clinics, what hospitals, trauma centers are near you. Where we currently live in the city, I would say maybe there's 2-3 hospitals within 5-10 minutes. I've looked up at the camping property. The closest urgent care, which is now open 24/7, is 45 minutes. Closest hospital is about an hour 10 minutes. So start doing that math, right? If you are bleeding profusely, you're going to need to apply some of these things yourself before the fire department gets there, before EMS gets there, or before you drive yourself to the hospital. Having the right training. For this, you might not need much training, but to know how to apply a tourniquet, a pressure bandage, how to pack a wound, how to sling and swath, then you start looking at, hey, I need some training. If you're going to do CPR, things of that sort, you're going to need that training. So first aid training, definitely important. CPR, first aid, another beneficial. Those you can knock out in one day, have that. And then lastly, looking at medical equipment. You can have all that training, and it's going to take you so far. But if you can put pressure on a injury, spurting out blood, it's good. But what's better? Putting a tourniquet on it, putting a pressure bandage, because now you can drive. Now you can do other interventions if you know how to or need them. This is really important. So start looking up. If you're looking at buying a property, if you own a property, start thinking to yourself, what happens if something goes bad, whether medically, whether a disaster, how am I going to plan that? You don't want to have that emergency, right? You go ahead and cut off a finger, fall off a roof, slice your leg open, and then start thinking, oh shoot, who do I call? What's the closest hospital to me? How long is it going to take for them to get there? So start looking at these things. Again, really important to be medically prepared. Just a thought. Stay safe, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe.